that's still very interesting. I'm going to
And
go
what-
ahead and make that a point of interest, along with all the different gold routes that could probably exist, or old gold mines, really.
It's also something that, just based off of its age, might be something we can look into as well. You said that there's something dwarven in there. Like, do we
Yeah.
know of any like dwarven clans in the region here?
Well, we could go do some research. I mean, there's nothing else for us to do until the opera today, so let's go to the library.
What happened to your dwarven ally? That guy was always coming by.
Oh yeah, he's still around. We could go ahead and hit him up around Narwhal if we don't find anything on our way home.
Well, I mean, what about the guy who's here in the city? Or he frequently is in the city.
I don't think he is in the city.
He frequently was. I mean, we met him at the party. The party here in the city.
Right, but I believe what I've heard previously was that he lives in Dwarven lands and came by for this event and then left again, and then we have an envoy from him.
Yeah, he is actually an ambassador from Dwarven lands to here. And you met him in the party.
Yeah, and where do ambassadors typically stay, right? Not in the biggest city, I guess, or the city that they're supposed to be representing to.
He usually visits down to where you are. He seems to have an interest in what you're doing. The last time he visited, the fact that there might be a big offensive next summer, and he wanted to see if you could coordinate with you and get some support. Let me give you the name.
But what I'm trying to get at here is if he's the ambassador to Greyhawk, then he should be in Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Right. So hitting him up would also be a good idea, I think. I agree.
I have another question then. Is it possible to maybe make a copy of these notes?
You mean book?
Yes.
I have some paper. I'll get to writing.
May I ask what the book is?
The travelogue.
It's a travelogue from 1,000 years ago from the...
No, not 1,000 years ago. 110, 120 at most.
110, 120,000 years ago.
I meant to say 100. I don't know why I said 1,000. Fuck.
You were alive during this time, I bet.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, that's a good question. Was I alive during that?
I mean, how old are you?
How old are you?
How are you?
That is the question. You're an elf.
Look, I don't. How long? All right. How long do elves usually live in D&D?
Current 18 live hundreds of years.
Between 500 to 750 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I would probably be in like closer to the middle-aged side of that. So whatever that is, I guess maybe 2.
I was really hoping you were going to say that Lael got amnesia at the same time you lost her.
No. But I am under the presumption that Lael is like close to middle age. So
you might be about 300 years old.
Okay. So then, yeah, I guess I probably
this came and went, and you're just like, I've seen it before.
Going from excited to shit I already knew.
Well, you can make a history check, Leo.
It's not going to help me.
From, oh man, look at this cool thing, to back in my day.
11.
You do know about an event that actually led to the creation of the Empire of the Pomarch, which is called the Hateful Wars.
The Hateful Remorse.
The Hateful Wars.
Okay.
Where the elves, gnomes, dwarves, and humans basically went into a nearby mountain range, not in the Pomarch, but somewhere else, near on the other side of Selene, and decided to just clean the layers of orcs and goblins, and to just wage like a 3-year war where they just went in and destroyed everything in their path.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the hateful part of the Hateful Wars. And when the orcs and goblins and the like were driven, trolls and the like were driven to the surface, they went southeast and eventually took over what would be the Pomarch. So yeah, this book is just before the event of these migrating hordes going to the Pomarch and just
Are you saying the reason why the Pomarch is under the control of the orcs is because it's basically everybody else's fault?
Basically. Well, that and they did get warnings to the to this the towns and cities, or city states around March. Like, yeah, we don't have to worry about that.
We drove them into someone else's land. That's not our problem.
God damn, this is more topical than you guys think.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you think.
Okay. And yeah, well, I'm not surprised because a lot of people who make that game are very much fans of the setting of Greyhawk.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah. So if they cribbed a little bit of here and there, it's
I mean, that's what I would do.
So this is the guy, Grueling Ironheart.
Hey.
I mean, I will say to Kix, are you familiar with the Hateful Wars?
I'm gonna have Kix just roll independently just to see how he answers that.
Would I be able to roll with that as well?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're all like history experts more than me.
Yeah, Kix goes, yes, I remember it. It happened this year, and it was at the behest of this person, and they declared themselves the victor. Yes, I remember very well.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, and Gar knows everything about it, apparently.
Yep.
I wrote a whole book about it. In fact, that's my book.
Oh, you found my book.
You have your old thesis papers up here. It's like why human society is bad.
Okay, Gar, what you know additionally to this, the part of the problem was that in the Pomarch, as well as the Wild Coast, there were just city-states, small cities. They were warned that these hordes were coming, but there were the humans there, most of them were Suo or Suo descent, and they were so arrogant, essentially, that believed they could defend themselves, and they thought that this was a ploy to get them under the control of the Dwarven kingdoms or some other area, that they just got swamped by the orcs. But around 50 years ago, well, actually more like 30 to 40 years ago, an orc, a half orc, united all of the orcish tribes and basically created the empire as it stands today. Of course, that person, let me see if I can get the name.
So just to clarify, we're talking about the region to the south of us, right?
Yes.
That's the region where there's still a harbor town that's used by humans and everything, right? It's like in the middle, not in the middle, it's obviously on the coast, but it's like, okay, yeah. That is the area that Gar had actually traveled through. So maybe he picked up all this history from actually going there and going through it.
You also know that there was a time, two other events. Before the orcs became declared the new empire, a group called the Slave Lords claimed to run the region, and they did a series of raids all up and down the Gulf, the coast, grabbing slaves, and eventually the city-states, including Greyhawk, sent forces to crush the Slave Lords. And there was something weird happened. There was a volcanic eruption that supposedly led to the destruction of the Slave Lords, their capital city. And then, about a couple of years before the events of today, there was another catastrophic eruption that led to essentially the breakup of the forces in the Pomarch March. Theoretically still an empire, but it's now being fragmented into different clans.
Yeah. It's a bunch of different named clans that own territory up along the roads. Obviously, they're still there, so you can march down the road from one clan to another clan.
Mm-hmm.
This is very Roman.
Well, I mean, it's like no one's keeping up everything down there. They're still warring sub-kingdoms. I don't know what you would call it. Clans of clans. But then you still have that port that's very much an active port in the area because these people didn't leave, so they're still there.
Okay.
That's High Port, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm just going off of memory. Yeah, High Port, which is literally you can still take a boat down there.
Well, that area is usually controlled by pirates and the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yeah. It's not great humans, but they're still humans.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask, what's stopping us from actually going down there?
Well, because
boat rental fees, tariffs.
The Scarlet Brotherhood claims all the waters of the coast of Telvannis Peninsula, across the shore sea and into the Gulf, the coast. And also, there's a lot of pirates, including increasingly Orcish pirates, which in the very much Roman tradition, what they do is they just ram ships and they just jump into another ship and just tend to, do anti-combat, right? So, it's very difficult to go down there unless you go there in strength.
Oh,
right?
Sorry. The real answer is responsibilities at home.
That too.
Yeah.
I must admit,
it's just like the same reason why they don't march an army into the march. Like, it's not going to be easy.
Yes, I must admit the knowledge that you have about this entire subject is very impressive, Gar.
And mostly useless.
Not really. You can use that knowledge to actually make a difference, make a change if you really wish to.
Make a difference. Oh, you sweet summer child. Do you think one man can make a difference?
You've tried to.
No, I didn't.
For yourself.
Difference starts with 1, though.
No, difference starts with a D. I don't think you've gotten your alphabets and numbers mixed up. Husband, I hate you, took.
Oh, that is absolutely wonderful. Aren't you just a people pleaser?
No.
That is correct.
Anyways, the Pole March is like a peninsula cut off by a mountain range. It's not very hospitable to change.
It's just
just for my information, what has happened since what happened when I was gone, so I know where we're at.
At what moment did you actually leave again?
Treasure, grabbing the dagger, don't know who, and lifting the door.
There was nothing else interesting. We left.
Discussed meeting the dwarf again. I think Bearcat ran off to get prepared for his symphony.
Well, I have a few hours, but yeah, we're going into anxiety, pre-performance kind of stuff.
Well, it's afternoon now. What time is your performance? 8?
Well, no, it's like. Is it afternoon, or is it?
Well,
okay.
I think you said
it
noon.
It was when you got out of the mansion. It was about 10 o'clock. You spent about an hour or so trying to find out where this guy went to. So it was about midday by the time you got to the gates of Greyhawk. So you have between 4 to 6 hours. Get changed, prepare, set up. So you want to be there early.
Yeah.
It's
do we
going to
know
be
how much tickets are?
It better be free for us.
Oh.
Well,
did you make reservations for them?
Well, you know what then? I'll just be somewhere nearby. You can't block the sound.
Well, actually, Marcus might have, since he wanted to go in the first place.
Okay.
I assume that reservations were made for all of us. If not, I'll find a way to pay. Can I borrow money?
No, Marcus would have made reservations for the group.
Okay, do you want a balcony seat? Do you want front seats, middle seats, back seats?
Balcony.
Up in the balcony. Okay, it's 5 each. 5 each.
So in that case, he would have gone the group. If required, 1 for Bearcat's lady. And then 1 for his sister and her husband.
Oh, well. She has backstage access.
You
give her that much.
As we plan this, I actually go to Marcus and I say, do you remember the bartender from the casino?
I do.
Do you think she would be interested in coming to the opera?
Even if she is not, I will still reserve and send a messenger.
Just figured I'd throw that out there.
5, 6. Okay, so that is 7 people. I'm down to 170 gold.
Okay. If we sell the books, I'll give you at least. I'll try and give you some to repay at least for one of those.
It's
On the bright side, you know,
Group fund. It is all good. Put it towards whatever. If I need money, I will ask.
probably will make enough to cover it. So
I just got the scene from Talladega Nights in my head now. I'm just Ricky Bobby's dad, scalping tickets outside the venue. I got tickets. Who wants tickets?
It's an opera full of passion. Come in. Come all now.
but yeah,
You think like real life they scalped opera tickets back in like the 1600s, 1700s?
I wouldn't be
Oh,
surprised.
sure. Yeah, of
Absolutely.
course.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't
I
they?
wonder about that sometimes because we don't have any real records of that at all.
But yeah, Bearcat's in the
No,
performance
I mean,
anxiety.
in Paris, the best and the best place to find prostitutes in Tokyo, in Kyoto, and in Paris was the opera house and the theaters. So.
That part I did know, at least for Paris. I didn't know about Tokyo.
Yeah, especially in Kyoto, it was male prostitutes.
Oh, the Bishonen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah. The history of the people is frequently lost. Like the best thing I remember is just like there's graffiti in the pyramids by the workers. We're just like, yeah, I was here.
Yeah, like
and they drew dicks.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about drawing dicks was that they were saying, pay wise. I don't know if they actually were exchanging sexual favors, but
all that
some things
graffiti
never change.
All that graffiti is great because it just goes into the inside of the common folks building all those things. Like, yeah, fuck my boss. I'm just gonna put my name in here.
And I'm
sure
this
nobody will notice.
All of this in character discussion.
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee if we go to this opera house, if we look hard enough, we will find some etchings or scratchings from the men and women who made it centuries ago.
So after the opera, do we want to all just go over to the pyramid and start scratching our name in it?
So the pyramid is magical, so I don't know if you can actually scratch anything in it.
Well, I'm going to get a magic marker.
Oh, those always work.
All right. So I think we're spending like a lot of our time doing investigation while Bearcat's getting ready. What else do we need to cover?
What else are you gonna have? Well, you're gonna try to get the book sold. Gar probably be the best person to tell you where you can.
Yes, Gar, well known for his charisma.
No, but you know books.
I know books. That's to be written on my tombstone as someone pisses on it.
If Gar can get me the information, I can see what I can do about selling it.
Okay.
I mean, conceivably, you were right there next to me the whole time.
Yeah. So if I have the info, I'll go about. I'll easily go about selling it, make a roll.
It would be his charisma roll or persuasion roll.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, you basically get about 100 gold. 50 for if you're gonna sell the travelogue of the Pomarch, that's gonna give you 50. And then another 50 for the rest of the books. So about 100 total.
I would actually wait on selling the Pomarch travelogue just so we can make a copy of it for ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
then sell it.
I mean, literally, all we have to do is take it home, and then it will instantly have a copy of it.
I mean, that too, but
any book that enters the territory, I instantly get a copy of it in my tower. So, literally.
All right, well, then my suggestion is keep that travelogue specifically, and then sell the other books we have for the 50 gold, and we'll put that in the coffers for kicks or whatever.
Yep, that's not a problem.
Or we give it to Marcus so like it repays for everything else.
I'll have it on my sheet, but if anyone we're pretty open with sharing money, so.
Yeah, we just need to throw stuff onto the group sheet whenever we're ready for that.
Yep.
Or into like the keep funds, basically, which is what I've been using for party funds so far.
Yeah,
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, so I'll trust you guys to take care of that and just root stuff and put them there.
Actually, curiosity. One more person. I would like to invite. Is it possible to get a seat that is equivalent balcony or lower?
Lower,
So like it doesn't. So like it doesn't have to be balcony, but the option is there for balcony. But if they don't want to take it, they don't have to.
Well, either one or the other, because those you're getting basically the last seats that there are. Basically, most of them are for people who rent for the season, basically.
Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, I will do a balcony for my lawyer.
Okay.
Oh wait, hey Marcus.
Yeah.
Are you willing to throw in 2 more seats?
Of course.
Pelion, Shadow Whisperer, and his brother.
Okay.
In-law.
Inviting everybody to the thing now.
I mean, why not, right? They've been in town, they've been helping us out.
And then the opera bursts into flames and they're all dead.
No, we just have a massive battle, obviously.
Yes, that's when sin attacks. We all know this.
Yeah.
Rocks fall and everyone in the opera house dies.
I'm thinking of the
Except
opera
for
in
Barry.
Final Fantasy VI now, where it's just going to be a great interlude.
Oh, see, I went Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's when Oron is going to have to come out and save us, and
It's going to be 10x2. We're going to have a party, but in the lightning planes that constantly hit people with lightning and kill them.
Oh no.
no, that is the song that clears
10-2
the
is
lightning
my
flames.
favorite one. 10-2 is my favorite Final Fantasy. So.
Well, it's got the best song.
Why?
Well, it's got the best
it's not
song.
as bad as most people say it is, but it's definitely not.
I mean, 1,000 Words is the best English translated song in the Final Fantasy series, I think.
I do like the costumes in 10-2.
Which is the entire point of the game, so there you go.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of a 13 stan, not gonna lie.
So I think it's fair to say half your audience is literally nerding out over other operas and just going, I wonder if this one's going to be any good by comparison to
Yeah,
Absolute Legends.
Oh god, not the critics. Oh god.
Oh man, I hope he has a cover of Freebird.
You got your 2 Muppets up in
Anyway.
the box.
So
Ready to
whatever.
just insult you.
And then
It's-
surprise! This is an Adula Weber cat.
Now that's what I call Weber.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a callback.
It is. I love it.
Madcap.
But it's the movie Cats.
Oh no.
Oh.
Who's playing Mr.
Oh,
Mistopheles?
it's the musical. Did you lick that cat?
It all comes back around.
Alright.
That's right here. I just want you to know that.
We'll give him a point for that one.
Yeah. Poor kitty.
That one gets a pass.
Let's get on with the show.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
all to you.
I think pre-show in the hours before, he kind of hasn't had a ton of time to really focus on what it means for himself to do this show and the agreement that was made. And now he kind of has that breathing room where he's now focused on other things or setting it up, and also pre-show anxiety.
Yeah.
So that, and he has like his two instruments laid out in front of him, the magical one and the one he has historically used, trying to decide what to do.
So your former master steps up and says, "So, excuse me, which one will you choose?"
I don't know yet.
Remember the first lesson I taught you? Do you remember that one? Okay, I shall repeat it for you. Remember that the power and magic comes from your performance. These are literally instruments, no different than the blacksmith who's crafting a sword, or a sailor who is climbing a rig to the sails. Those are tools. It is the wielder, you, who makes it happen. Your talent, your dedication, your heart. You asked me to teach you more of what I know. And I already told you everything you needed to know. This first lesson is also the last lesson. because that's truly the one lesson you need to know. Everything else is just feeler. It's ways to express yourself, but it's always you expressing yourself. When you go out there, it's not about the crowd, not about the instrument. It's about what you want to give to the world. Imagine that you're literally singing the void and you're shaping the void with your song. That what is in front of you is like clay, malleable to your words, to your actions, to your spirit. Shape the crowd, and they will respond as you want them to. And by the way, you have a point of inspiration if you need it as he walks out.
Well, sure.
If you didn't have one, then
a point of inspiration or a bardic inspiration?
Point of inspiration.
Okay, cool. I will add that. So with that, I 4 armloads of snack. How
2 guards? They got to do something for me.
He's very hungry to that fight. Yeah.
He wants snack time.
Yeah.
Bro, how many fucking goldfish is that? How many Cheez-Its?
Well, by my calculation, up to 12,000.
I mean, somebody has to feed the fire in his belly, right? How
God,
else is
you're
gonna
gonna turn
fit fire?
orange.
Look,
How many hot Cheetos?
How many hot pockets?
not enough, but I also brought 5 gallons of water to wash it down with.
Yeah.
I'll be
Oh,
sitting in
God.
the seat for the next 6 hours.
The thing is that with him, hot pockets are perfect because they're flaming hot on the outside. It's fire resistant, but they're cool on the inside.
Just cook them on the way down.
I mean, that's a high quality estimation of how well your bladder works. If you think you're gonna be sitting there for the next 5 hours,
Kicks, if nothing else, is the fighter.
I mean, you can hold it in. It's up to you.
Yeah, let me click endurance as one of my skills here real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So
Yeah.
I think he goes back to what Sevda had said to him before, criticizing him about not doing things for himself. And so he decides that for this performance, this one performance, he will try to embrace his own being and his own creation. And in the future, for performances and such, he might use the other instrument just for respect and nostalgia and such. I'm forgetting the correct word here. But yeah. No, not tradition. It's like... It's kind of like nostalgia, but not. I don't know. Either way, he decides to go with his new instrument for this one performance, at least. For that reason. God, stop posting that goddamn clip. I hate you.
I was just asking, man.
Active decent proposal.
Do you wanna?
Fuck off.
Fuck.
Before we destroy all of the tension in the scene, it's probably about time for Bearcat to face the music.
Yeah. So it is.
So yeah, you hear knock. It's like, somebody picks us. Are we ready? Are we ready?
He stands up, instrument in one hand. All the nerves kind of floating away, and
And we-
heads out to perform.
And we do the thing where the camera focuses on your face, right? As you come out of the the guy with the the steady cam, right, following you. But of course we see the Steadicam. We don't see the guy operator. We don't see the camera. And you're going down the tunnel. And you're like, and holding your instruments, like and you hear the shouting of the crowd, applauding everything, and you're coming down the tunnel, up the stairs from behind the curtain, right? And as you come in, the people in the band they get up, right, because you're the lead, and they salute, and everybody's clapping, and then Wolfgang says, "Tonight, we have great representation from the Far East. We have a friend here who has bringing the best music fusion from East and the core of the Flannes. Without further ado, I give you the great bard and singer Barakat." And everybody starts clapping. And so the lights go low, right?
Yeah, we're dimming candles. That's how it works.
Yeah,
Definitely can do that.
And roll your performance.
Yeah, for sure. So I do have advantage from the whole keep thing.
Yeah, you can use that.
We're just gonna do that, and maybe if I have to, the DM will allow me to use inspiration if I manage to roll 2 nat ones, or something like that. So
Don't jinx yourself for sure. Go ahead.
well,
I mean,
I don't know. My luck is.
It'd be great to see you shit yourself on stage in front of a whole city.
Your luck
thing
is
is-
not my luck. Don't worry, you're good.
My luck
Cat,
is
you gotta believe in
strange.
yourself.
It's strange. Like the times when I need it, it comes through. The times when I don't need it, it comes through.
So you're
And the
saying you
times
have good
when
luck.
I want it, it doesn't
Bang.
come through.
Oh.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm putting money down on
That-
both a 1 and a 20 at the same
That
time.
that Warhammer campaign I recently played just really fucked with anything I had.
Oof.
Because
Yeah,
whenever I wanted to do something, I always failed, even if I had a really good chance. But whenever I complained about it, I always succeeded.
well, you're complaining now,
I don't
so
know.
yeah, you're good to go.
You're building it up,
Okay.
and
Okay, that's
You're
not
good.
horrible. That's solid.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's good.
12 on the die. That's above average. We're good.
Yeah.
How many of these do you want me
Above-
to roll?
Above average. That's like 5 away from like a godly performance.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
mean
depend-
above average as a base.
Okay. It depends if you're doing a short program or you're.
Well, I think it's in multiple sections where
Okay,
you
so
have
let's
like
say
a
that you're
band
gonna
and a
have
solo and some other
you're gonna have a rise. You start strong, rising tension. Have a hopefully a strong closer. So 3 rolls. So this is a very good solid opener right there.
Yeah, and I have 1 inspiration for the whole thing.
I mean, I look over at Cakes and there's 5 gallons of water and 20 tons of food. And I'm like, how many intermissions are there going to be?
hopefully at least 2 or 3.
Exact same thing. Okay.
Yeah, you're going strong. You're keeping the tempo.
Actually, the exact same thing on both dice.
Yeah.
All right.
Really weird.
Numero trace. Slightly better and another 19. All right. Well,
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I mean, you do a pretty. This is a very rare performance, right? To you, this seems like slightly above average, but to this audience, they haven't seen something like that in years. Yeah,
this is definitely higher grade. I can
you've done
recognize.
very well as an opening act. Nobody's seen before. You wowed the audience. In fact, when you snap out of your sort of playing the last chords and sort of realize where you are, you realize that the entire house is on their feet, clapping and stomping. Encore, encore, encore.
From the balcony, I throw a rose.
Okay, that's not gonna reach anywhere, but okay. Am I allowed to do an encore? Like,
well, if you want to,
I'm down.
The encore's
I
double.
don't fucking
Let's do
care.
it.
I mean, if they want it, I have to oblige. It's my duty.
I guess while you're rolling this too, so we've joked a whole lot about like this being your EP, or like one of the songs being like "Shake That Booty" or something. What kind of music is Bearcats? What is this whole section?
I would say it's a mix of kind of Middle Eastern and like Spanish flamenco style.
All right.
If you know that style specifically.
A
Why
very
Purple
quiet
Rose?
evening.
Yeah, so it's pretty intricate, but it differentiates when he has the band behind him and without the band and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And also there's some singing and whatnot.
Okay, so my question is this. Is it possible for me to get Bearcat's attention during the cheering only to use the help action? It's normally up close, but I'm just checking for narrative reasoning.
Yeah, it would be very difficult unless you cast some kind of magic, and magic here is pretty flashy. Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, people are still. I mean, you could try to, you get advantage of that one if you use your.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it with the inspiration since it's my last one, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, people are. I mean, this has been a very long. We're a bit tired, and it's a thing where it's like at the end of what's the movie? The Last of Lord of the Rings, where people were like, yeah, it's over, yeah, and then there was another scene, and then another scene. People were like, hey, okay.
Okay, I'm not the one that requested it, so
Yeah, you know, but it's like, yeah, people excited. It's like, okay, we better let them go because
yeah.
So people are like,
we're getting
people
on
are still clapping,
levels of playing
like,
here.
It's like, oh, the movie's over with Eagles. The movie's over with Nation.
Post credit
the
scene.
movie, yeah, the movie's over when the Hobbits go to the Hobbit. Okay, no, the movie's over when they, it's like, God damn it, kind of like that. So people are
finally on the ship sailing out to the west.
Yeah.
We're entering like fatigue levels of playing more here.
Yeah, so yeah, you've done well. You've done very well.
With the sun rising.
I mean,
it's worth it.
But by the time you're done, it's close to midnight. So
yeah,
that's a long time. Jesus.
Yeah.
I guess Good Kicks brought all those fucking snacks.
I came prepared.
He knew what to expect.
I mean, if you've gone to a concert, they can run pretty long.
Yeah.
This is the entertainment for the entire city.
Apparently. It was like people are trying to break in to see it.
At least they can hear it down the street.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, that was your performance. You did pretty well.
Grand Hall has acoustics and whatnot, so yeah.
How do you feel?
Tired. Probably exhausted, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do the performance covered?
Like covered?
With the garb.
So he has a couple like outfits that come with the entertainer kind of stuff that do conceal it, but are much more in line with like performance wear.
Oh, that Bearcat, he's got such lovely eyes.
Well,
I mean, he can frame it. He can put it in a way that
like,
his face. You can see his face and stuff.
Yeah, you can see like the whole face, this much probably.
I like to think that Bearcat's like performing from the very back of the curve of whatever auditorium it's in. So it's like he's the bad guy of a movie standing in the shadows, just playing music.
Phantom of the Opera.
But no, yeah, he's
out of curiosity, did the full guest list end up coming?
Yeah, most people, all of them showed up. Yeah, including your sister,
wonderful,
husband. Yeah,
that's cool.
All 70
sister,
people in our
husband,
NPC
lawyer.
backlog.
Yeah,
there was also the two brothers that have helped us with a whole bunch of stuff and are into some real dark things. But yeah,
the entirety of Narwhal.
Yeah, that's
and the bartender.
Fine.
People
the bartender.
The people we didn't kill.
Yeah, and the bartender from the casino.
An entire contingent of hobgoblins.
The cultists that got away from the arena.
And Braith is here in spirit form.
It's true.
Also in skeletal form.
We snuck him in. We snuck the spirit Braith in.
We just have a moment. We turn to the clouds and we just see Braith's shape up there. It's like, oh gosh, he's still here with.
No,
I was thinking more Force Ghost. You just
he was pulling a
you
Darth Vader, basically. It's like, yeah, Anakin Skywalker.
take a look
Wait,
at the
why do
edge
you
of the
look 20
stage.
years
and you see
younger,
Great
but he
there.
doesn't?
He just looks really confused because he never, like... Oh, no, he met Barakat.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He looks proud then.
We're there
I
for
just look confused. I'm like, who is that? Okay.
Man,
Down near
Who's
the
that guy?
stage, there's a kobold
why
running
is
a
he
spider.
see-through?
But no, like when we see Barakat next, Barakat, I must say, I've been to the Opera House before, but never have I seen quite the performance.
Oh, well, thank you. I certainly tried. And his hands are like shaking
You've done more than try, my friend.
out
You
of
succeeded.
exhaustion.
This went on through midnight to the next day, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like
to
11 to
midnight.
midnight. Yeah,
But
it didn't go to the next day though.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean like, oh yeah, you partied on till the sun rose. No, I meant like we hit midnight at least, so it
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
next day. Sorry, just
It's
record keeping.
technically the next day.
The second day of thought.
So as you go back to your now the word in Spanish is, but not the your dressing room, which is not the Spanish word for the term that I was going to use, and you see a small box right there, and you open the box, and you realize that it has a stone. It has two places to put two stones. One of them is the stone you already had, the stone of sending.
Yeah.
And there's that other stone there as well, and a small note, and I say, you can, when you read it, you can almost read it in, because it's written in Baclunish, you can read it in your master's voice saying, I believe these are yours now. You have earned them.
Oh, well, that's a development. I guess he'll take his stone and put it in the box, and take it. Not really sure what he's gonna do with that yet.
Now, when you have your stone that's close to the other, you realize that then just do a simple send.
Hold on, what?
You realize, because the stones that are now together,
Yeah.
you realize that you can do more than a simple sending.
Huh.
Right? What can you do with these stones? These are stones of distant thought and memory. First of all, they have to be attuned. At least one of the stones has to be attuned to each one of the people that can use it, and they're always in contact. You can send over 210 words in a day.
Oh, well, that makes much more sense with our previous conversation.
So you can do it all at once, or you can break it down in multiple sendings. But then you need a long rest, or you can send images for up to a minute, and that includes everything that you see or hear or smell within a minute. Now, for example, let me give you an example how that works. Let's say that you are in a room, and you're in the room right now, right? Somebody else has a stone, and you do a quick look around. That's 3 seconds, so they get a vague thing. But if you're studying something like a book or something more detailed, that'll take you a full minute. Okay? So if you concentrate on something to get more detail, like the layout of a room or a specific object, that'll be a full minute worth of images and sound and everything. And you can do that, and the other person can do that, right? So that's how it works. But it's attuned to just that one person, or the two people that are holding the stones. Whoever you give the stone to, they have to attune it, and they have that ability. Otherwise, it's just a plain on sending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a distance limit on sending stones, or is it just like in
the same plane?
Okay.
In the same plane. Yeah. As long as both sides are attuned, or the person's holding the stone and the other, you can do that. Yeah.
Put it on a ring. Give it to your wife.
I'm thinking about
it's either sending or message, but I think they can one of the two can possibly reach other planes. It's not guaranteed.
Not with this. This always has to be in the same plane.
No, wait, clarification. Put it on a ring.
Okay.
Make her your wife.
affecting stone specifically are in the same plane.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Just for our information, then, yes, the spell sending has a 5% chance of failing if it's on a different plane.
And the specific stones are called stones of memory, thought, and memories.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to use them right now, but that's one of the reasons why he said that game only to be used with you, right? Because if we're going to tune someone else, then that wouldn't work properly.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is attuned for you.
It's
Do we
currently
know
attuned to
who?
me, yeah.
Do we know who we want to give the dagger? Or is it something that we want to see what kind of value it has? Because
What does it do again?
I'm not super a dagger user. Okay,
It's
so
like
it is a
+1.
+1 dagger, mirror image.
Well, I'm going to say this. Robert has been real hankering for some sort of defensive object this whole time. So,
True.
it's literally a dagger of mirror image.
Throw it, bonus action, return to hand, and once per day can deal an additional 4d4 psychic damage.
It's literally I'll be honest with you, this literally sounds like the perfect weapon that Lael could use.
If you
mostly because it's like throw, return, it's like a fucking boomerang, plus the mirror image would be very helpful.
That seems solid for him.
And you would deal one of your monk damage die plus 4d4 psychic plus 4.
Jesus Christ, give me the full numbers on that, 'cause I'm gonna need it.
I say once a day though, right? On the 44?
Yeah,
Okay.
once a day.
Just to clarify, so we don't get this problem again, it's only a +1.
Yes.
The 44 is only once a day.
Yeah.
But
Okay, let me.
I'm well aware.
But the bonus action return thing is at will. It doesn't, so not at will. It's as a
automatic
bonus action, right? It doesn't run out. It doesn't have. It's a bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action.
Bonus action.
So I can throw it multiple times, but I just get that 4d4 once, basically.
Yes.
Well, the problem here is that it's a bonus action. The return thing. You have your monk combat stuff is a lot of bonus action stuff.
It is. So I have to make choices.
Yeah, you're Kroll. You're Kroll.
Seems fun.
Yeah, it's like the glaive, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, thank God you actually picked up. I said the dead zone, and you were like, fuck, I don't know what the hell that is.
Of course I know Crawl. That movie's great.
The dead zone.
So in your case, for example, it would be because it's what's it called? Not flexible.
Finesse.
You can use your dexterity. So when you do a throw when you do a melee attack, you add +5. Actually, it'd be +5 because of dexterity plus the +1 to hit, and it also has a +1 plus damage, and also +1 to hit as well. So you have a little extra damage. When you throw it and use the special ability, it would be total 5d4 plus 10.
So I have a question. The psychic damage, are they D4 or the dagger's damage die?
They're D4s.
Okay, so in that case, when he throws it, it wouldn't be 5d4 plus.
Yeah.
It would be 1 for his monk damage die plus 4d4.
Well, I mean, it's a dagger. Sorry. I mean, it's the...
But daggers scale up because they're monk weapons.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, then it would scale up, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was clarifying if it was damage die or if it was D4.
So,
in the scale of a monk, yeah.
I missed what's the name? What's the official name of the dagger?
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, you're gonna be jumping off so many buildings.
Great game.
True.
I mean, he can parkour all over the place.
And what's the range for the dagger for the throw?
30 feet.
30.
Is it 30?
It's a flat 30.
Okay, cool.
While our
I mean, he can throw it further. He can throw it further, but any of the abilities reach 30 on, right?
Okay. So it's like 30, 60, but abilities within 30.
Exactly.
Can I confirm?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of clarifying questions, so just go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So One thing I would like to do, when I get the chance, having this lawyer here, I want to confirm with, like, very much hypothetically, based off of what happened in that house, would it technically be right to claim because of the shenanigans in the basement?
He warns you against doing that kind of claim.
Okay.
I mean,
Because most property, the thing is that most property that is quote unquote abandoned automatically reverts to the state, which
That's
means
perfectly fine.
you would have to make a claim against the oligarchy.
I mean, the problem is it's not
Got it.
abandoned though. It's technically it has an inhabitant.
Yeah, it's still, technically somebody is still living in it.
Squatters' rights.
Yeah. So, well, no, I mean there's squatter rights don't work because again, if there's any question of the property, it's always resolved, almost always in favor of the oligarchy to take back the property.
I'm just
so they can
saying,
give back to the
legally,
state.
I've been maintaining this land.
Yeah,
Not a problem. I just wanted to confirm.
This is a feudal system. The feudal system. Shit about.
Oh yeah, keep it. We the people rise up.
Lyle, that 5, the D4 are psychic. Just so you know,
Oh, they're not piercing?
they are not.
No, because what happens is like shadow, like mirror-like images of the dagger sort of.
I thought you
fly out.
said 44.
Yeah, 4 images come out.
Well,
So there's
it's
a
5d4 on the die roll.
Yeah, well,
It's
in this case,
a D4 plus 4 psychic dice.
Yes.
plus 1 per each, 1d4 extra.
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain. Let me run it through.
Well, no, I'm saying that
Hold
because
on,
you
hold
have
on. No, I
the
can- I can
the
super
D4
clarify.
already, and then you have 5d4. So why is there? That's 64.
Total
Different damage types.
5 different.
So I can clarify this already.
Yeah.
I see what's going on. Lyle,
Yep.
one of those D4 that you're counting is the weapons damage, which you scale up because you're a monk.
Exactly.
Oh, joy. Okay, so I gotta fiddle with it, don't I?
Yep. Reduce it by 1D. Reduce that 5 to 4, and then just adjust the damage to a monk to your unarmed strike.
Yeah.
For
Think
the
It's
about-
actual
actually
dagger.
D6,
Yeah.
so...
So yeah, the base damage because it's literally the dagger, and then the visual effects when you dagger, like multiple images of the dagger come out, and like a bunch of daggers just fly into the target simultaneously. And
Okay,
the target,
so I'm sorry to interrupt. The left here is the regular attack.
yeah,
So that's the D6 plus the whatever. And the right number there where it says 21 psychic there, that is if I use that special ability, which is the 4d4.
you can
so-
make when you make a macro for your attacks, you can make the secondary. You can make a specific, like I don't know, call it cloud of daggers or what you want to call it.
I have no idea how to do that. I'm just on the little thingy here on the character sheet that's doing that.
Yeah,
You're muted.
I'm not sure how to do that. I'm on the character sheet thing, so
work on it later.
It's rolling correctly. You don't need to adjust because if it's an attack, so a macro you're good because then that'll also count if it ends up being a crit.
Roger that.
Sorry, just one more time
Yeah.
for me, since I'm an idiot. I thought it was 4d4, not 5d4.
It is.
So that
No,
that
no,
did, I
I'm,
changed
no,
it.
no, I'm just reading. Under Mirror Savage, it says can only use 5d4 once. I just know that if we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
correct it now, we're gonna roll it again later, and we're gonna fucking forget.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Ruined
will.
this for us, Theta. That's an extra D4 that could save our lives.
I hate to be
Maybe.
pedantic. No, wait, I don't. I love it.
Yes, you do.
That's what I said. You enjoy that.
It's why we
very
love
much.
you.
And if you crit with it, you can also shit ton. If the once, yeah. But also, it's important to note that it's psychic illusory damage in case for some reason some character or enemy has resistance to that.
It can happen.
Also, I'm trying to test like a mirror's image thing. Does that work?
I mean, here, hold on. I'll just put the spell text down, and you can just copy that, I guess.
No, this is the
You can
attacks.
grab-
You can do the attacks, yeah.
Well, mirror
Um,
image isn't an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if no for mirror image, you can literally just look up mirror image in the compendium.
Yeah.
And drag it onto your sheet. Even if you don't have spell slots, you can still drag on spells.
I don't know. Like, what do you mean drag it onto the sheet?
So like in the compendium, like in the eye on the top right, if you put in mirror image, you can literally click the spell name, hold, and drag it onto your character sheet. Just like you'd do an object.
Where's this eye?
Top right.
No, top right
Not
of
on the
where?
Of like the screen, not the character sheet.
Oh, the screen.
Yeah, so like in the compendium where you would look up like rule stuff or whatever, where it has like lore, adventure backgrounds, charm.
Yeah,
classes,
okay,
all of that,
okay.
you can just spell right to your sheet.
By the way, while we're doing this, before everybody leaves at the end of the concert, what are we calling this? Shindig?
Concert, yeah.
You know, it's great. It's a shindig now. Y'all went to a concert. I went to a shindig. Before we all leave this shindig, I do want to meet up with Paleon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm understanding because I have it up, but it's not.
You go to the
Oh,
eye, the third tab over. You type
Yeah,
in
so-
mirror image. You go to your sheet.
you
Is
don't
your
need to
sheet a
open
pop out or is your sheet on the thing?
It's a pop out.
You can't have it be a pop out. You have to go back to the thing, go to the gear, make it not a pop out, reopen your sheet. Then when
Hold
you
on.
go to the I'm saying. I remember back when we were trying to teach you how to click and drag. So this is why this is all. The moment Justin started talking, I was like, "This is gonna be a while."
You do not need to open the spell. You need to drag the name of the spell in the menu to the sheet that is not a pop-up.
I think I did it. No, I didn't.
It should be in under spells. Can you please give me permission to his character sheet?
No, I did it. I'm good.
Perfect.
Hey, now you should just be able to click it on the sheet and it pops up.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
you have
Yay.
mirror image.
That is a lot better than what I've been doing, which is typing it manually.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
did
lot
that for
easier,
every-
isn't it?
I did that for every single spell Braith had.
Oh, you
Oh,
are
jeez.
Oh, jeez. I
As a
wish I had known
cleric.
sooner.
I mean, I guess the compendium doesn't have like everything, right?
No,
'Cause
it
we don't
doesn't.
have all
It
the books,
occasionally
so-
misses stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
It depends on what books you have.
Yeah, I would have to buy the player's handbook and the Dungeons Master Guide and put it in the compendium. Basically, put it in the compendium.
It's
And I
not
didn't,
that
so-
big of a deal.
Well,
But it's-
money wise,
It's handy.
No, it's not that big of a deal to type in spells. I've done it plenty
Yeah.
because all the spells
Yeah.
I want these days aren't there. So it's like, okay, copy,
Yeah,
paste,
yeah.
copy and paste, copy and paste.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
I don't-
Palian.
Yeah.
Palian is there, and it's like, oh, that was he sort of removes his hood right when he's talking to you in the corner. He prefers to stay in the shadows a little bit. That was a wonderful performance. I'm seeing one of those in, well, since my days in Celine.
I guess it was good.
Man, it was so good. Even Gar can't complain that much.
Well,
Crazy.
I mean, out of character. I thought about it for a second to complain, but it's like, it was a 29. I mean, it was 25, 25,
Yeah,
26, 25.
25, 26, 22, you know.
I mean, I do spend a lot of time nearish to you, so maybe I've heard a lot before, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I guess he's a lot better than everybody else. I can't really... gotta give him at least a little bit of props.
I mean, you know, some of the others, a lot of, like, the battlefield stuff is just, like, improvised, you know? Whereas this is, like, a set, these are songs, these are actual things.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Even Gar, who is prone to insults, has to
Yeah.
give at least a little bit of due. It's like,
Yeah.
you recognize when I know history off the bat, but I gotta say, yeah, okay, he's better than 90% of the people I've ever encountered, so...
Yeah,
Game recognizes game. Let's put it that way.
pretty much.